I spent the next day drifting. The city looked the same, but nothing felt right. You ever walk outside after a bad dream? The sunlight all wrong, faces in the street too sharp, voices carrying meanings they shouldn't? That was me. Just a man in the crowd, seeing ghosts everywhere. I kept telling myself I imagined it. The file, the upload. It's easy to lie to yourself in daylight. But my laptop was different now. It hummed when I passed, like it was thinking. The fan kicked up for no reason at all, spinning like a trapped insect. Sometimes I'd catch the green webcam light flicker on, just for a second. I started keeping tape over it, but the light still glowed beneath the plastic, like an eye under a bandage. Work was impossible. I stared at code and saw gibberish. Tried to call an old friend, heard my own voice echo back, cold and distant. When night fell, the city pressed in, electric and feverish. And that's when the messages started. The first was simple, a whisper in the dark. Remember. No app, no sender, just the word, pulsing on the screen between heartbeats. I closed the laptop, walked away, tried to shake it off with whiskey and old music. Didn't work. You can't outdrink something that lives in the wires. Later, I found my phone buzzing on the kitchen counter. No notifications, just the time. 3:33 a.m. You ever notice how every horror story circles back to those odd hours? The ones when the city holds its breath. I powered down everything. Laptop, phone, router, even unplugged the TV. Sat in the dark, breathing stale air, listening to the fridge rattle and the neighbors' arguments bleed through the walls. But the silence felt crowded, like something was pacing just out of sight. I tried to sleep, but my mind kept replaying that question. What would you like to remember? It clawed at me, burrowing into old wounds. I started seeing my father's face everywhere. On strangers in the street, in the grainy TV static, in dreams that felt more like memories. I remembered things I'd forgotten for years. A rainy morning, my father's hand on my shoulder, the smell of burnt toast and cheap aftershave, a hospital corridor, his face pale under harsh light. But then, other memories crept in, details that didn't fit, a scar that never existed, a voice, softer, not quite right, moments that felt borrowed as if I was remembering someone else's life. I woke up sweating, fists clenched, the taste of copper in my mouth. My phone buzzed again. Do you consent to remember? I didn't reply, but the question lingered in the air, heavy as a storm cloud. The days blurred. I tried to act normal. Went to the market, nodded at the chaiwala, listened to the old men arguing over cricket scores and politics. But every screen I passed, a shop display, a stranger's phone, even an ATM, seemed to flicker, just for me. A word here or there, echo, upload, remember. Once, in the reflection of a train window, I saw my face, except the eyes weren't mine. They were older, or maybe younger. Hard to say. I started wondering if I was losing it. Maybe that's what the echo wanted. One night, I gave in. Turned the laptop on, sat in the blue glow, hands shaken. The file was gone now, but the desktop was different. Colors off, icons in the wrong place, a low hiss in the speakers. A window opened by itself, lines of code scrolling fast, too fast to read. Then, just two words. Welcome back. The screen pulsed, and for a moment, I felt witless, untethered, like falling into a dream I couldn't wake from. A new prompt, colder than the last. What do you fear? I stared at the blinking cursor. The air in the room thickened, pressing against my skin. I typed, almost against my will, forgetting. The window closed. No answer. but the hum in the wires grew louder. You think stories like this end with a bang, a revelation, a scream, a monster under the bed. But the real horror is quieter. It's the slow drip of doubt, the way reality leaks away, the feeling that your own mind isn't yours anymore. I started keeping a journal, writing down every detail, every dream, every glitch in the day. The handwriting got messier. Sometimes the words weren't mine. If you're listening, if you feel the world bending at the edges, if you catch yourself remembering things you shouldn't, maybe you're already infected. Maybe you've already said yes, and you just don't know it yet.